Hello, this is Uncle Spock with Just Not Enough Mods 2, Spotlight number 2. On our first Spotlight, I showed you a little bit about mine colonies, and I believe that I've shown you enough to be able to get started. If you have any questions about anything else that I haven't covered, please let me know, and I'll help you out as best as I can. And I believe our next thing I should show you, which is a lot of people like to know, is how to create power. So we have the mod Powah. I believe that's how they pronounce it. And our first items that are most important, of course, would be how to create power, which is our generators. And we have from starter all the way up to nitro. And they just get faster and better as you increase. So our first basic ones, let's go ahead and go with our starters, which we have 3 different types of starters. And we also have a starter reactor. I'll get to that after I've covered these, which are a little more complex. There's a little more complex in these ones. This mod seems to be pretty difficult to understand, but I promise it's fairly easy. We start out with our book, and I'm just going to show you just the recipe of this one and maybe a couple other recipes, but I'm not going to show you all the recipes because we have JEI. So the manual, we're just going to need some dielectric, and for that it's just the clay, coal, and lava. Okay, and that's going to be used for quite a bit of items that we're going to create, that you need. You're going to need dielectric first. Okay. So that being said, let's go ahead and place down our fernator. Our fernator will use any type of burn items like oak wood. Oh, let me turn this back on right here. Oak wood. So if I throw oak in here, it's going to go ahead and burn that and turn it into energy. You can use coal or anything that will burn. You can use, including, I believe, inferium will also work. So like I said, anything that burns, you can put in here and it will convert into electricity, or FE. Our next item is the magnator. The magmator. There we go. Uses lava. Okay, and if we place lava in here, it will start up, converts lava into energy. They both make the same amount of energy and store the same amount of energy. Generates 15 FE. Maximum extraction rate is 80 FE, or that's how fast it would remove energy from its storage. And it stores 10,000 K. So both of them have the exact same features and quantities. We have the thermo generator. And the thermo generator, we can use lava, or we can use the magna blocks. And with the magna blocks, with the thermo generator, it's pretty neat. We don't need any other resources except for water. So if we put water, or type of coolant, right? So if we add water into here, you're going to see it's automatically going to start making power. This one makes quite a bit less power. As we see, it only makes 3 FE per tick. But the only thing you requires is water. So, as you can see, it's draining water right now. I believe there is other types of water that you can use. Let me see. I haven't tried that. Let's try it. Get you and a magna block. And no, we'll not let you use heavy water. See if it says anything in the manual. That's why we have a manual, right? Thermal generator generates when placed on top of high temperature blocks. Fluids like lava requires a coolant fluid like water to run. So I may at some point, I guess it might use other types of coolant. I don't see any other coolants in here. No. Okay. So as far as that goes, we use just water. We can use lava to also create power with the magna blocks. The only thing is, you know, it's kind of scary when you have it in your base with some lava. And put some water in it. And there we go. So it's creating the same amount of power. It doesn't matter how many blocks you put around it. It's still going to create 3 Fe. Okay. So for our next item, I'm going to show you energy cells. And with the energy cells is basically a way to store power. I'm going to put it between these two right here, and you can see that it's removing power from both of these and placing it inside our storage unit. And this one will transfer 200 Fe per tick and stores 100,000. Now, these slots here, every single one of them has at least one slot, and that is for charging items. Example, a jetpack. Throw a jetpack in here, and it will not, okay, the first thing it's going to do, it's going to send power out to whatever is requesting power before it charges. So if I place this in here, as we can see, charges up our jetpack. And now we can fly. Yay. Okay. And next, going to show you cables. Cables are pretty straightforward, just like any other power mod. We have faster transfer rates between each one of these. And the one thing though, is that what we can't do is, say for example, if we had these cables are, it's actually producing power, cables are full, but if I were to say I wanted these to be faster cables, and yes, once you break it, it does store the energy in it, so we can break it and move it around and use it in different places. So if we get one level higher of the cables and place them down, they will not connect. So you have to have the same cable running all the way across. But if we did have another storage cell between the two, you can connect to make the power come across. Okay, and now this is stealing power from over here. Or actually, no, it's not. It's just grabbing all the power from these units, and then it's going to store all the power, because we can say it, okay, I want this to be extract only, and now we can see it's going to, or actually, we've got to find the right direction, which is this way is facing west. So if I said on the east side, extract only, and insert receive only, so it's going to receive power from these guys, and it's going to send power out to over here. Now if I switch that over to receive and receive, and this one, as soon as it gets full, he will stop receiving power here, and it's going to start sending, these are going to start sending power over to this guy. Because on the west side, east side, we have, oh, did that wrong. So it's receive here and receive here. It's receiving power from both sides. It's going to drain from here. And now we can use this as our buffer to charge everything. And when this one gets full, it will start filling this up from these two over here. Pretty straightforward. Our next cool little device here that I'm going to show off. If we put our, let's grab energy from here, tell it to fill this up. All right, we got a little bit of power in here. Another way of getting power would be is if we got a chest. And an energy hopper. Okay, and grab this hopper and place it right here. It's going to start filling up with power. Okay, now you'd say, why would you want to put an energy hopper with power onto a chest? Well, let's say we had a couple of jetpacks. And we wanted to charge them all at one time. There we go. Anything that you place inside this chest that has power will fill up with power. I think that's pretty cool. Now let's say, well, I have 3 jetpacks now that are full of energy, but I don't need them in there. How do I drain them out? How do I get that power back? Well, we have power discharger. And that's the hard one. Let's just type that power. There it is, discharger. So with the discharger, if we were to place the energy block down here, which has this one has 12,000. Let's see if we can grab another one here that has nothing in it. All right, this one's empty. And we place the discharger down next to it. You can see both of these items are completely empty. If you were to place the jetpack in here, it's going to remove the power from here and put it in storage. Right now, there is a little bit of a bug for some reason. When you place the item down or the discharger down, it's not wanting to remove the energy unless you place it down like either first or second. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I will be reporting this bug. Let's grab another discharger here. If I were to place this down here now, they're both empty. Okay, so unfortunately, it seems like you have to have the discharger down first. And then the energy cell. Try this again. Energy cell. And then the discharger. There it goes. I don't know why it's doing that. Like I said, it seems to be a small bug, but I will report that. And hopefully they'll have that fixed by the time you guys see this. Anyways, that's the discharger. And like I said, it's kind of neat because that way you can remove the energy that you're not using on other items and put it back into your system. Another really cool device is the player transmitter. The player transmitter, you can place it on any block that has power. For example, our energy cube. All right, let's looks like it's all emptied. That one's full. Okay, and that is filling this up with energy. And the cool thing is, let's say I have my jetpack on me and we have 11,000 RF or FE in it. What we need is a binding card. The binding card by itself doesn't do anything. We need to hold it up in the air and it has a little red dot on it. Just right click and it turns it to green. What it did, it binded to us. It says owner Uncle Spock, or in your case, we'll say your name. And we place this inside the transmitter. And when we do that, as we can see, now our jetpack is wirelessly charging. And there we go. We're flying around. It's using up. And as you can see, it automatically fills it back up as soon as I let go. So we have constant power. This will not work in other dimensions. This one is our basic binding card. Now, if we were to get the other card, they have a dimensional card. This one will work anywhere, any dimension. It will recharge whatever you have in your inventory or on you. It'll automatically charge, and that'll work on any one of the transmitters, from basic all the way up to the elite. The difference between these is not the range. The difference is how much it stores and how fast it will charge items that are in your inventory. And that will charge anything including batteries. So if I have a battery on me, it will charge it as long as we have power. Looks like we have no power. Oh, we have no power. But I mean, it is charging, as you can see here. It is charging our battery. The cool thing about a battery too is if we did not have this wireless binding card, as we can see, it stopped charging the battery. Oh, I put it in my hand by accident. Let's grab, let's use up our jetpack a little bit. Okay, as we can see, it's going down, 18K, 17K. Okay, and now if we shift right click the battery in the air, it automatically charges our jetpack. So batteries will do basically the same thing as this, but not wirelessly. And we wanted to charge up these batteries before we have wireless. We can put a few batteries in here, have all those batteries charged up, and we're good to go when we need power, remote power. So we come back later and this one's completely empty. You can just grab another one and so forth. Cool. So now our next item we want to look at is the reactor. So the reactor, if we just place it down right now, it's not going to let us. It says we need 35 more blocks. So we need a total of 36 blocks, 36 reactor blocks for us to be able to build. Oh, there's 33. There we go. We got 36 blocks. So now with the 36 blocks, we can see the ground turn green from red. And as soon as we right click, it will automatically take all 36 blocks out of our inventory and make our reactor. Let's go ahead and do that. And there's our cool little reactor. We have inputs on the top, inputs on the sides, and I believe there's an input on the bottom. Grab us a cool little shovel. So there it is. Our input's on the bottom as well. Okay. And with that, we can use item pipes from any type of other mods. Of course, Powah does not have, but we do have other mods in our pack that has ways to transport items. But for right now, all we're going to do is we're going to put cables straight into our system here. And I'm going to right click on here and show you the reactor. The reactor looks a little intimidating. It's not. It's very straightforward. What we're going to do is we need to get uraninite. Kind of a weird name, right? Uraninite is fairly easy to get as well. All you got to do is smelt uranium. You find your uranium throughout the world. I mean, they come in all different sizes and whatever, and it converts when you smelt it into uraninite. Once you have that, you throw this right here in the middle. It will start doing power. Do not worry if this maxes out. These reactors do not explode. They will just get less efficient. So for us to get more power, to get faster power or more efficiency, what we need, first of all, we can use coal. You can use just single pieces of coal, or we can get blocks of coal. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a block of coal in here, and as you can see, it consumes it and it stores it and it makes it more efficient, and it gives it an extra 180 C, which creates more power. The hotter the device, the more power. I mean, the more you put in here, it's going to make more heat. The more heat you have, the less efficient it gets. To be able to cool this down, we want to put water in the reactor. We got water in the reactor, and it's going to start cooling down the reactor, which will create more power faster. Another way to cool this down, would be to place ice. Powah has its own cooling device too, is dry ice, and I will show you how to make that later. But for now, we can just add some blue ice in here, and as you can see, it will cool down the reactor even further. The blue ice, or the dry ice, I'm sorry, will help cool it down even faster. It'll have to, we need it to finish this to be able to, it has to consume all the ice that's in here or coolant, so it'll actually place the dry ice in here. Our other item here would be redstone. And again, we can put just straight redstone or blocks of redstone. And this also increases production and fuel consumption. So it makes use the uraninite faster, but makes power faster. And as we can see, everything is completely maxed out. The one probe is showing 0 RF, just another small little bug still, but in here we show that it's full. And all our batteries are full. Okay, and we place the battery back in here, charges it all the way back up again, and we're done. The stronger hoppers you put in, the faster the items will charge that are in here, as well as the bigger the storage devices, or the better power devices, the upgraded ones will actually charge a lot faster as well. And the next thing I wanted to show is pretty cool. We can use these ender cells. Ender cells are very unique in its own way. If we place it down, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't store anything until we put a battery in it. So as soon as we put, I'm going to get an empty battery. Okay, we're going to get a standard empty battery, or actually this one's a basic. And if I shift right click it, it puts it in here, and now it will start grabbing energy. Well, there's no energy over here because we got to tell it to output it, right? Or actually that side. Input, output, everything. There we go. So now it should start grabbing some energy. No? Let's take this device. it is full of energy. Place it over here. And oh, it shows it stored 40,000. Why is it not? Send and receive. And extract. There it goes. Okay. Just configurations. So now it is filling this up with energy. This is a wireless device. So again, with power, if we grab an end gate, now this is receiving power, and we place it on another energy cell, which is completely empty. This one's got, oh, because we had batteries on us. Okay, so it placed a little bit of energy in here. We got 4,000. We put an end gate, shift right click on it, and right click on here. We have channel 1, and it's supposed to fill this guy up with power. Receive power. There it goes. It gets a little funny when you have send and receive at the same time. So make sure if you want it to receive power on a certain spot that you tell it to only receive. So there it is. It's taking energy out of here. We can even undo that so it shows its own power source, which is internal stored buffer, and it is sending it out through here and filling this guy up. Okay, and one last thing we need to show you is the how to create the different type of materials to make the upgraded devices. We need to make an energized steel. To make energized steel, we need the energizing rod. The energizing rod you will place on any type of stored device. Example, this energy cell here, which is completely full. You'll place it on here, and it's going to fill up this guy with energy. For it to do that, we have to send it on the extract mode. And now we can see it's filling up stored energy into the energizing rod. The next item we need would be this guy right here, the energizing orb. Place down the energizing orb, it'll automatically link to this guy. And the way we find that out is if we get our wrench and we shift right click on it, it shows our link and it shows it's already linked. If it was not, all you would do is while you're on link mode, so to change your modes, you just shift right click anywhere and it shows to rotate, configuration, and link. So now we want to go ahead and unlink this by right clicking on it, since it's start linking, and then you would click what you want to link at. So we can have either multiple energizing orbs. Where is that? There it goes. Okay. So we can have multiple energizing orbs. And if you see, it's only linked to one. Now, if we were to grab and make a link between this one and that one, it changes over to the other one. We had an additional energizing rod. We can link to multiple to one. So that would actually work faster when it's supposed to do its job. And we are going to put iron and gold inside this device. And you can see without even the device or the linking tool in our hand or the wrench, it automatically shows that it's sending power from here. As we can see, it's draining power, and it's also filling up power because there's power in here. and it's creating our cool little device. And now if we were to link, we actually have to add power to it. There we go. Now both of them are energized and running. I accidentally pulled it out. So I started it all over again. As soon as this is done, we will see the energized iron, I believe it was called. No, energized steel. And that's what we're trying to make, is energized steel. So as soon as that is done, there we go. Okay, so we just right click on it and it comes out. I already had one in my hand. It will give you 2 energized steels, and we use those. So if I click U on here, you can see that's what's made to make our hardened, which is the next level up from basic. And that is it for this mod. I think I've showed everything that's on here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Send me a comment, and please share, like, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see